Hey everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful yet challenging teachings from Stoic philosophy, the art of letting go. In a world where we're constantly encouraged to hold on to things, whether material possessions, relationships, or even expectations, detachment may seem counterintuitive. But the Stoics, like Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, believe that true freedom comes not from holding on to things, but from learning to release them. So how can we embrace detachment without losing our sense of meaning or joy? Let's find out. First, what does Stoicism mean by detachment? In Stoicism, detachment is a complex and frequently misinterpreted idea. It's not about losing touch with the outside world or becoming emotionally numb. Instead, it's a philosophical way of living that seeks to develop inner serenity, fortitude, and logical judgment by accepting what is beyond our control and concentrating on what is. The fundamental idea. Understanding the difference between what we can and cannot control is the fundamental component of Stoic detachment. The Stoics held that our attachment to circumstances and results outside of our control is mostly responsible for our mental distress. We learn to allocate our emotions and energy more sensibly when we practice detachment. Crucial elements of Stoic disengagement. Number 1. Resilience on an emotional level. The goal of Stoic detachment is to cultivate a more positive relationship with emotions rather than repressing them. Through separation exercises, we can, instead of reacting rashly, respond to problems more logically, recover from disappointments and setbacks faster. Even in tumultuous situations, keep your inner peace. Number 2. Pay attention to the present. Without regrets about the past or worries about the future, detachment enables us to live completely in the now. This includes focusing on our present decisions and actions, enjoying the moment without worrying too much about the future, lowering tension and anxiety related to unrealized events. Number 3. Recognizing impermanence. Understanding that everything in life is transient is a fundamental component of Stoic detachment. This comprises recognizing that circumstances, relationships, and belongings can change, being grateful for what we have without holding on to it, mentally preparing for possible change or loss. Number 4. Authority and acceptance. Separating what we can control from what we cannot is crucial, according to Stoics. This includes concentrating on our own ideas, deeds, and dispositions, recognizing that we have no influence over outer circumstances or other people's behavior, gaining the ability to remain calm in the face of both luck and bad luck. Advantages of Stoic disengagement. Adopting this mindset has several advantages: decreased tension and anxiety, enhanced capacity for making decisions, increased ability to bounce back from hardship, a greater appreciation for the experiences of life, enhanced concentration and output, more satisfying partnerships built on sincere connection rather than need. Typical myths. The following should be noted. Stoic detachment is not lack of feeling or indifference, withdrawal from ties or society, ignorance of obligations or objectives, cynicism or pessimism. Rather, it's a well-rounded way of living that preserves emotional stability and a logical viewpoint while permitting profound involvement and enjoyment. The psychology of attachment and why it's so hard to let go. It is true that letting go is a difficult psychological process that is ingrained in our attachment styles and human nature. There are several important psychological elements that contribute to the difficulty in letting go. Attachment on an emotional level. Strong emotional ties are formed between us and other people, things, and even concepts. These attachments give us the following: an identity, security and comfort, known patterns and routines. We frequently feel scared, anxious, and depressed when we have to let go. The process of separation can feel like a threat to our mental health since these feelings can be so intense. Fear of the unknown. Letting go frequently means venturing into uncharted territory. This ambiguity may lead to fear of the future, unwillingness to step outside of our comfort zone, fears of failure or possible loss. Instead of confronting the uncertainty of change, our minds have a tendency to cling to the known, even if it is not ideal. The sunk cost fallacy. Even when something no longer serves us, we frequently find it difficult to let go of it after investing time, effort, or money in it. The sunk cost fallacy is a psychological tendency that can cause us to cling to relationships that don't fulfill, ineffective behaviors, outdated objectives or beliefs. We erroneously think that prior investments warrant ongoing dedication, which makes it more difficult to let go. Ego and self-identity. Our sense of ourselves frequently becomes entangled with our attachments. Our egos fight letting go because it can feel like we're losing a piece of who we are. This is especially valid for long-held convictions, roles in the workplace, individual connections. Detachment may seem dangerous because of the ego's need to preserve a stable self-image. Attachment's psychological benefits. It's critical to understand that attachments are not always bad. They can offer a feeling of inclusion, support on an emotional level, consistency and organization. However, these attachments might impede our development and well-being if they become inflexible or unhealthy. The attachment viewpoint of Stoicism. Understanding the nature of attachment and the significance of letting go is made easier by Stoicism. Impermanence. Stoics stress that everything is temporary and advise us to be grateful for what we have rather than holding on to it. Focus on the internal. We can reduce our reliance on outside factors for pleasure by refocusing our attention on the things we can control, such as our thoughts and behaviors. Virtue as the highest good. Stoics place a higher value on developing internal qualities than on pursuing outside relationships, which offers a more secure basis for well-being. Techniques for releasing. Letting go is difficult, yet it's a talent that can be learned. Develop mindfulness by separating yourself from your attachments and observing your thoughts and feelings objectively. Develop gratitude. Recognize the transient nature of what you have and be grateful for it while it lasts. Change your perspective. See letting go as a chance for personal development rather than a loss. Seek support. Make connections with people who can offer emotional support while you're letting go. Gradual release. To increase resilience and confidence, try letting go gradually whenever you can. We can cultivate a more positive connection with impermanence by comprehending the psychology underlying our attachments and adopting Stoic ideals. This enables us to deal with life's changes more resiliently and peacefully, which eventually results in emotional liberation and personal development. Letting go through Stoic practices. A number of useful methods for developing detachment and learning to let go are provided by the Stoic philosophy. These exercises are meant to help us become more emotionally resilient, concentrate on the things we can control, and keep a balanced outlook on life's obstacles. The following are important Stoic techniques for letting go. Number 1. Visualization of negativity, Premeditatio Malorum. This exercise entails visualizing possible setbacks or difficulties. Consider losing the things you value on a regular basis, such as your health, relationships, and assets. Consider how you would handle these losses. Utilize this practice to develop thankfulness and get ready for hardship. Number 2. An aerial view. This method aids in gaining insight into our issues. Imagine looking at your life and issues from a distance or from a great height. Think about how your present concerns would seem in this larger framework. Reduce your attachment to unimportant things by using this. Number 3. Willful uncomfort. We can lessen our attachment to comfort by purposefully feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes forgo certain comforts or luxuries. Practice tolerating small adversities such as fasting or cold baths. Develop resiliency and lessen uncomfortable anxiety. Number 4. Memoria mori. Prioritizing what really matters can be achieved by thinking about mortality. Consider the limited character of existence on a regular basis. Make use of this awareness to concentrate on relationships and important activities. Decrease your attachment to unimportant issues. Number 5. Control dichotomy. Making a distinction between what we can and cannot control is part of this principle. Determine which elements of a scenario are under your control on a regular basis. Concentrate on your own attitudes, behaviors, and thoughts. Develop the ability to accept things as they come. Number 6. Keeping a journal and reflecting on oneself. Clarity and emotional processing are two benefits of writing. Keep a journal every day to record your thoughts and deeds. Write about difficulties you have and how you might use Stoic ideals. Keep a notebook to help you recognize and release unhealthy attachments. Number 7. Reasoned evaluation. When confronted with intense feelings, Practice honestly assessing the situation. Examine whether your early emotional responses were justified. Examine other viewpoints on the matter. Instead of reacting on instinct, use reason to guide your reaction. Number 8. Awareness of the present moment. Remorse over the past or fear about the future can be lessened by concentrating on the present. Regularly engage in mindfulness meditation. Focus entirely on your current tasks without interruption. Enjoy the here and now without holding on to it. Putting these practices into practice. To successfully apply these Stoic principles in your daily life, start small. Decide which 1 or 2 practices to concentrate on first. Be dependable. Include these routines into your daily schedule. Evaluate your development on a regular basis to see how these techniques are affecting your capacity for forgiveness. Have patience. Cultivating detachment takes time and constant effort. Seek assistance. To help you with your practice, think about finding a mentor or joining a Stoic study group. You can increase your ability to let go, lessen needless suffering, and build resilience and inner serenity by consistently practicing these Stoic techniques. Recall that the objective is to cultivate a more positive relationship with life's transient nature, not to eradicate all attachments. The benefits of letting go for more freedom. Even though it may seem contradictory, letting go opens the door to more freedom. This freedom allows us to live more meaningfully, resiliently, and truthfully in many areas of our lives. Freedom of emotion. When we let go of things that are out of our control, we free ourselves from anxiety. When we embrace impermanence, our fear of failure or loss decreases. Stress. We pay more attention to our own reactions and worry less about the outside world. Resentment. We cultivate inner serenity by letting go of expectations and grudges. We can feel more good emotions and deal with difficulties more calmly when we have this emotional freedom. Freedom of mind. Letting go improves cognitive flexibility and mental clarity. Openness to new ideas. When we break away from dogmatic beliefs, we become more open to alternative viewpoints. Clarity of thought. Making more logical decisions is made possible by less emotional clutter. Creativity. Unrestricted by attachment, we are able to investigate novel ideas and solutions. We can learn, develop, and adapt more skillfully when we have this mental freedom. Freedom in relationships. Our connections are improved by detachment, authenticity. Rather than need or dependence, we relate to people on the basis of a sincere connection. Compassion. Without getting involved in other people's issues, we cultivate empathy and understanding for them. By letting go of wrath and resentment, forgiveness promotes relationships that are healthier and more satisfying. We may create deeper, more meaningful connections thanks to this relational flexibility. Freedom of behavior. Letting go enables us to behave in a way that is consistent with our values. Courage is the ability to boldly pursue our goals despite fear of failure or criticism. Integrity. Despite outside pressure, we behave in a way that is consistent with our values. Our goal is to contribute to something greater than ourselves by concentrating our energies on worthwhile endeavors. We are able to lead fulfilling lives because of this behavioral freedom. The Stoic view of liberty. According to Stoicism, self-mastery leads to an interior sense of freedom. Emphasis on virtue. We can become less reliant on outside events by developing inner virtues such as courage, knowledge, and justice. Acceptance of fate. By accepting the things we cannot control, we may concentrate on the things we can. Self-control. We can free ourselves from the oppression of our emotions and desires by learning to control them. Doable actions to foster freedom. To accept the liberation that results from letting go, determine attachments. Consider the items, connections, and convictions that you hold on to. Challenge your preconceptions. Ask yourself why you value these bonds. Develop detachment. Use Stoic exercises to gradually let go of these attachments. Embrace uncertainty. Recognize that life is uncertain and have the ability to adjust. Emphasis on inner values. Develop qualities such as thankfulness, empathy, and fortitude. We can gain more freedom and live a more purposeful and happy life by deliberately practicing detachment and integrating Stoic ideals into our daily lives. True freedom is achieved by conquering our inner reactions to the outside environment, not by dominating it. There you have it. The Stoic method of letting go is all about empowering oneself by concentrating on your inner world, which is what really counts. It's about releasing yourself from needless responsibilities and creating room for development and tranquility. Consequently, what can you release today? What is the one thing you know you need to let go of that has been holding you down? Give it some thought. Keep in mind that letting go is about making room for something better, not about giving up. It's about asserting your independence. I appreciate you coming along on this journey of Stoic detachment. I hope it was inspiring and useful to you. Until next time, and thanks for watching.